Is starting now, and I'm sure you might have asked your friends who have not joined till now to join. This meeting is primarily for MIE nomination. This presentation would be shared with every group member. This is different, and it is not the same procedure as we had done earlier. So the need to discuss and deliberate upon it, a short training has been conducted for that only. Um Now, so this is Microsoft Innovative Educator Programs MIE Expert 2021. This is it, and we are here to see the steps which are required to apply. First and foremost, we have to apply, we have to open this link which is seen right in front of us. And what is important is, though they have given 15th as the date, we will go for, let's have 10th of June as a date, so that before we move out for a vacation, we have finished this job and neither you are worried and nor we are worried. And also that in the last academic session, no, not last, but a year to prior to that, all those who was filled up before the summer vacations, they all were declared MIE experts, and those who filled up in July afterwards, they were not considered, and they took it for granted that this is the only people, these are the only MIE experts who applied, and somehow the others were not made MIE experts. So we need to do it together. And then the moment you click that link, you come to this landing page. This is the Microsoft Education Programs, and this is the landing page. This is the home page as such. For everybody to know, there are three phases of nomination form. Let's see what is the form phase one. In phase one, it's about you, and this section does not have impact on your nomination in any way. It's all about your name, your school, and everything about your community where you're working. Yes, please. So phase one, so first name and last name. I would prefer to write Paramjit Kaur as my first name and last name as Jillo. And then the personal email. Now this personal email is all about Office 365 email. Am I right, Charu ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
The Office 365, your name, and then dot on Microsoft and in and all that, that long one, Kamala Nehru School and so on, dot on Microsoft and all that. Then the personal email is not my Gmail or Hotmail or Yahoo Mail, but it is the Office 365 mail. In this slide, this is the most important thing which we need to remember. School organization email, maybe we'll share, Charu, if we can fill some of these. For example, the school organization email, we should fill it up for everybody so we don't have a variety of emails over here. Then home address is your own home address, of course, and school institution organization address. Maybe some columns we could fill it up. So everybody to remember, whether it is the junior campus or the senior campus, we have to give the address only of the senior campus. We also have to remember, we do not write Kamala Nehru Primary School, it is Kamala Nehru Public School. We work together as one team. Otherwise, Microsoft does not allow two schools, and it considers only one school as a showcase school. So it would be a big challenge and an issue, and we'll have to drop everybody from the junior campus if somebody erroneously writes down. School organization website, so this would also be filled up, and the school means all those names which could be filled up. And what is your title? It is Miss, Mrs. or Mr. Am I right when I say this title?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. We move on. Means it should not be PGT, PRT, and so on. Phase one, about you, current role at school organization, check all that apply. I'm directly responsible for teaching K-12 students. I'm responsible for or teach STEM at my school system. I'm involved in curriculum development. Whichever you feel is correct, please, you're going to tick it up and make sure we give the right information and don't try to blow up our responsibilities as such. And then I am in a government leader, set up education policy. So others, any other thing which you feel like? Yes, we move ahead. Now this is something which we need to remember. Is your school a showcase school, incubator school, or neither? So we are a showcase school. We are not an incubator. Now they don't have a Microsoft school and a Microsoft showcase school. They just have a showcase school. An incubator school is one which is working to be a showcase school. So the moment you click, we have already highlighted Microsoft School, and the moment you click it, yeah, Showcase School we've highlighted, and the moment you click it, you'll get a list of names of schools, and from there you have to pick up Kamala Nehru Public School and then click over there. If Showcase, there will be drop down of all Showcase schools, select yours. If Incubator, we are not. If neither, there's nothing. What age range do you teach? Select all that apply. So whichever classes you are teaching, please make sure you tick over here. Okay, next. Phase 1 is all about us. So what subject do you teach? Select all that apply. So this is the application we are talking about. First, we showed you a link. We need to click on the link. Then you need to go to the home page, and then you're going to fill up this application. So whatever subjects you are teaching, you need to apply. You need to put a tick over there. And do your students learn? Learners have access to internet at school? And yes, we all do have. So we say yes over there. So the next question is again, it's all about you. Do your students, learners have access to internet at home? Because we are having remote learning, everybody has access. So the first one is there. Yes, all of them do. What technology do your students, learners primarily use for learning? Check all that apply. Of course, mobile phones. Of course, some of them are using laptops. Some might be having tablet also. There could be some shared devices also. Only the last one is not to be considered. It is because my students, learners don't have access to devices. Incorrect. Other 4 we can have. Then share the URL to your social handles if you have them. So Twitter handle, Facebook handle. Now, if you don't know how to find it, for many years I never knew how to find it, and I've been learning, and now I know how to find my Facebook handle and Instagram and LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube channel, blog, and others. So we need to fill this up, everybody to take note of this. And then how many followers do you have on Twitter? See, Twitter, you all started early. We all started early, and look, this would be so beneficial for us. And if you're not following each other, please start following each other so that the number of followers increases. The entire school to follow each other, at least we'll have 100 minimum followers. What tools, devices do you use regularly? Check all that apply. So what do we use? Google Apps, yes, some of us do use regularly. Then Chromebooks, iPad, MacBook if somebody has it. Windows devices, yes. Microsoft Surface, perhaps, I don't know, I don't have it. Then Microsoft 365, yes. Microsoft Teams, yes. Zoom, normally we don't use. If you have attended some Zoom meeting, do you use regularly? So Zoom we don't use, so please don't write as such. What we use is what we're supposed to write down here. Check all that apply. What tools, devices does your school organization use? Check all that apply. So here also it is same, so it's Google Apps and Chromebooks, iPad, MacBooks. So what do we use in this? We use Windows devices. And then we use Microsoft 365, we use Microsoft Teams. These are the 3 things we use, and Google Apps is another thing. Am I right when I say 4 things are there? If we could check all this, and in the presentation we put the tick so that it becomes a real help to our teachers. We need to help. Charu, you need to look into this, please, and share with the coordinators who are there, under whose guidance we have decided to fill up. We made groups as such. With what other EdTech communities are you connected? Check all that apply. So here you have to write down, of course, all of us are Adobe Creative Educators, Apple Distinguished Educator. I don't know, some of you might be Bunsey ambassadors, even Flipgrid ambassadors. You could be Genially ambassadors, that I don't know. Then Google certified coach, I am not aware. Google, I'm not aware of it. If any one of you is there, HP fellows, Peer Deck, inspirational educators could be, you use Peer Deck. ISTE educators, educators, Kahoot ambassadors, yes, could be. Merge ambassadors, yes, could be. Minecraft global mentors, yes, we have 7, 8 of them. National Geographic certified, if anybody had gone for it. Nearport certified, we're using quite a bit, maybe somebody is there. and then Educator Pioneer and School Beam Expert, Screen Beam Expert, and Wakelet Ambassador. Wakelet Ambassadors, yes, some of us are. So accordingly, please put a tick. Now, phase 1 is about you. All right. Again, have you taken any coursework or earned any badge and trophies on Microsoft Learn? Now, this is not Microsoft Education Center, please. So you have to go to Microsoft Learn and do some courses if you want. See, this is Microsoft Learn is where everyone comes to learn. You can explore this if you feel like. So this is not Microsoft Education Center. There are some courses pretty technical, but nothing stops us. If somebody would like to do a course or two and make sure you don't miss on it. So it's documentation done. Search articles, trainings and code samples, the home for Microsoft documentations. So it's docs. So this is different courses, and I believe Charu has got about 3 odd badges over here. So you all can think over if you need some badges. Yeah, profile you can show better. So she has earned all these badges. It'll be nice if some of you join and do some courses if you feel like. So you may go ahead, some trophies here and some. So please look into it. If it'll be nice if some of you can do it. It's all on Azure. So this is it. Yes, no, if it is yes, very good. If it is no, it's very good. It's perfectly all right. If yes, share the URL of your public profile here. So it's only applicable to those who have done some courses on learn.microsoft.com. But that's it. Yes, we move on. Machine learning code questions. Now, up till now, it was all we filled up. It was obviously different for different people. The name, details, everything was different. Now, this is a machine learning code question. Remember, for PMTs and other competitive examinations, when they have a fixed answer, then machine can actually, for example, even most of the Microsoft forms, that is machine rated, graded, whatever you call it. So now phase 2 is machine learning code question, and from here we begin with phase 2. Phase 1 is over now. Scored questions on using Microsoft Education tools. These will be scored automatically, and you must reach a certain level to be moved on to human review, please. So once, now this portion we have to do it. It is best to submit before July 8th so that you have time to resubmit if your nomination doesn't pass this phase. So this is machine learning, so we need to look into this. So the first question say, how many courses, learning paths or training on Microsoft Educator Center have you completed? This is where we have done the courses. So I think most of you have done 26 or more courses, but for some educators who have joined us just now. So we are going to Microsoft Education Center, where we have a profile and everything. And we see the badges. Yeah. Yeah, this is such a familiar homepage to us. So this is the profile, and Charu's profile. She's sharing a very own profile, and then that's what we're talking about. Microsoft Education Center is different and Microsoft Learn was different. So here we can fill up, and now what you have to remember, why this machine learning, if you fill up, you've done say 80 courses and you fill up 100 courses over here, obviously AI will tell ki ye to galat bol rahe hain. So then we may not score any marks. Maybe it'll backfire if we just blow it up. Then provide a link to your transcript from Microsoft Education Center by following 3 steps. So I think everybody knows, it's only me who had some challenges, but I think even I have learned it now. So yes, Charu, would you like to tell now? See, there she has put her cursor, view transcription. Once you view, then there it is on the top, which tells us this is your profile link, transcription link. So how many batches have you done now?
To see, ma'am, it is not coming. The numbers is not coming.
Now the numbers don't come actually. All right, it's okay. We move back. So, and then download the transcript and then create a URL that you can paste here. That's what is the next thing which we have to do in this code question. Now this is pretty simple, though it's quite cumbersome, quite a number of questions in the next few slides. How often do you, now on my right hand side where you have to fill up, it's daily, weekly, monthly, rarely, never. We've got 5 choices. How often do you use Microsoft Teams in an instructional environment? Daily for us. Use Microsoft Forms in an instructional environment. Again, nearly daily only, or if you want weekly, it could be weekly the way you want it. Use OneNote for personal organization. So here also nearly daily. Use OneNote and or staff notebook for professional organization. So you can write down the way you want it. As we are doing it, most of them would be daily or weekly max. Your OneNote class notebook with learners. Use flipped. I have a feeling, you know, one thing which you're not doing is staff notebook. If the 2 Punjabi teachers could have a staff notebook and start pasting everything over there, because that's what they talked about, the Punjabi department and the Hindi department, that we couldn't do it. If we can have department wise, at least the class staff notebook. See here, we cannot put a tick over here because we might be using OneNote but not using or staff notebook for professional organization. So just think over if the department or the coordinators could look into it, how to have a staff notebook created for their group of staff, so everything could be posted there and we could collect it. I think it is a worthwhile suggestion. If technically I am wrong, I should be informed about it. Maybe Tajinder is going to say, somebody has given me a thumbs up, appears that it is all right. Then use OneNote class notebook with learners. Yes, you all use it because when you give the assignments, etc. Use Flipgrid with learners. Yes, use Minecraft Education Edition with learners. Share your teaching learning knowledge with your colleagues. So here it is, but in your wisdom, try to be truthful. If it's daily, it should be daily. If it is weekly, it should be weekly. All right, we move on. Because even the usage can be checked by them. So how often do you use the following STEM resources, tools with learners? Make Code, Hacking STEM. So if we are actually using, some of us are using, everybody is not using Hacking STEM. Now what is important in this 3 points is that Microsoft Imagine Academy, we are not using it all because we have not paid for it and we don't get anything out of it. It's maybe 2 lakhs per year or something type of program which we haven't paid. So the first 2, if you're using, fine. If you're not using, it is all right. Okay, we move on next. How often do you use the following features of PowerPoint for teaching learning? I think this could be pretty yes for most of you. Live presentations, record slideshow, then saving a PowerPoint as a video, save as. Then rehearse with coach slide. Now this is also very good because then I've seen some of you telling and talking about it. I tried my hands once. Now, when it helps you that this was very fast, you could have gone slow, or this could be like that, your gesture is this and that. Then subtitles when presenting slideshow tab. If you're not using, try to use it. Weekly kar liya karo. Keep this in mind and start using it now from now onwards. Then embedding forms. Yes, this most of you all keep doing, and then inking when presenting. I think that is also being done when you highlight it and you do all those things. Yeah, you can show if you want to. So the pen, and then many of us are very, very good at it. You highlight the entire this thing, even in OneNote, some of you highlight, so that is inking. Yes, we move on next. So till now, yeah, all those ticks are there. Till now, everything appears to be simple and correct. Not difficult task. How often do you use the following features of the Microsoft Edge browser? Immersive reader, read aloud, extensions, translations, inking on PDF. That I'm sure must be using it. Generating QR code, yes, in some cases, but not every time. I'd wonder if not, we can try it out. Collections, web capture. So please look into it. Whatever you're using, it is all right. Please mark that. At least monthly, so we can write for everything. Now, how many Flipgrid virtual field trips have you joined or helped a teacher join in the past 6 months? The number is required, so you'll have to actually check it. So you can hurriedly do some trips now and see if we can add something. And then how many GridPal connections have you completed or helped teacher complete in the past 6 months? Now this is also a number. Maybe we can have another presentation to tell how to have GridPal connections. Actually, I learned from Tejinder only and she helped me out in this. So if you want, maybe Tejinder, if you can go ahead tomorrow with one of your computer teachers. I mean, tomorrow is the next working day, that's on Monday, and look into this particular question. Tejinder, can you do it, beta?
Yes, yes, ma'am. We can do
Monday
that.
with another computer teacher, please, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And since this presentation would be there, I would request that all coordinators can once again have their group of teachers or the computer teacher who are made in charge can once again do a training session. And every time you do a training session, please make sure the QR code is generated and we get some marks also for it because our school need to have certain training sessions conducted before we actually fill the showcase school form. So no wonder for this training session also we have a QR code which is there in between. There it is. And now we have a break for 5 minutes because we are on phase 2. And then we go for phase 3. Let us redeem this training code and then we move on. So there's a 5 minutes break. Everybody, Microsoft Education Center, please go to it, redeem this code and come back. There's a 5 minutes break. It's 2:57. By 2:55 we would be there. Charu, where's the code? Either put it in the chat window, please.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm pasting in the chat window. Chat window.
Okay. Sorry.
And for incorrect answer, -2 would be there. So through the immersive reader and learning tools, students can check. So these are all the 6 options we are given. Listen to text being read aloud as a word are highlighted. Choose how content is presented visually. Number 3, collaborate with others through chat. Number 4, translate text into over 60 languages. Use a built-in dictionary for real-time vocabulary support. Last, capture video of students reading text to share with teacher. So the correct answers I have highlighted with the green one, and we can get all these correct answers this way. This listen to the text and read aloud is there. We have immersive option and the visually part is there. 60 languages are there and then inbuilt dictionary is also there. So these are the correct answer with the green bold one. We will share the presentation so that accordingly the answers can be clicked. The next question, accessibility checker in tools like PowerPoint, Word, Excel, OneNote, Outlook should be used to ensure someone can read your document regardless of device they are using. Ensure your text can be easily translated. Verifies your file against a set of rules that identify the possible issues for people who have a variety of disabilities. So accessibility text is a tool majorly for disability. So this is the correct answer, highlighted with green, and have written correct answer as well. So we can click accordingly. Next question. This is the phase 2 again. In a hybrid classroom, Teams is used for, we have to click all that at apply. So we know meeting environment with video, chat and screen sharing, the way we are doing it right now. Learning management platform. So this is, again, we know this is element learning management platform. So this is all again click. Collaboration in both person and asynchronous settings. We are using bring in guest speaker or connect with classrooms around the world. We are using it. Embedding the tools like Kahoot, Flipgrid, Word, YouTube that you want students to access without leaving the team environment. So we are using it in a big way. So all that applies. This is all the correct answer, and for every correct answer, we'll be getting 2 points. Next question. Formative assessment measures students' learning and is typically done when? At the beginning of the lesson, during the lesson, at the end of the lesson. So first two options are correct and the last option is incorrect. So if we do it correctly, we'll be getting 4 marks for this question. Next question. When you create a quiz or a poll in Microsoft Form, what question types do you have available? So we can choose also, we can do ranking, text, rating, and like also. So all 5 options are correct. So we'll be getting accordingly. So these all 5 questions are correct. Next question. When using OneNote, students can create their own practice math assessments with forms that will show them if they got the answer. So this is true. They can use it. If we have not done it, we can help students to create this. Next question. What type of teams are available with Microsoft Teams in education? So when we are creating the class team or staff team or PLC, professional learning team, any one teams, sports team. So above 4 are our correct answer and there is no sports team. So this is the correct answer. Class teams are there, staff teams are there, professional learning community teams is there, any one team is there, but not the sports team. Again, this is another question. What is the correct order for how to create breakout rooms in Microsoft Teams? So we have to just write the correct option for this and have in the next slide it's done. So what's done, we have to launch the Microsoft Teams desktop app on your device, then select calendar, new meeting, choose a channel to meet, then join the meeting, then the select breakout rooms come, choose how many rooms you would like to create automatically or manually. Then the last is create room. So this is the correct order. We'll be sharing it. You can accordingly do so. For that, 8 marks would be given. This is phase 3, long answer type question. So in this, that Microsoft rep, the region of our region would be checking it. That was all machine based question. And this is by human. checking, and the Microsoft team from India would be checking it. Were you an MI expert in 2020-21? So we were all. So we can click yes. Describe how you contributed to the MI expert community to support other MI experts and growth of your colleagues. So accordingly, we can write down, we can mention the scribes which we have done during the Global Learning Connect. We can mention how we support during the MCE, MOS preparation with our colleagues. And then we can mention how we are so active in on Twitter and on Facebook, that how we are sharing with other MI community whatever is done in our classrooms. These are all can be mentioned. Even we have the visitors from different schools, students visiting our classrooms. We can mention that. So that accordingly you can see how we can add the contribution by us for the MI community. Yeah, question number 2. Describe how you leverage Microsoft tools to increase accessibility for all learners in your classroom. What tools do you use and how do they support different learning needs? So we are doing so many third-party apps while we are taking the assessment. So we have so many examples with this. So we can add that all the different learning needs of students are taken care of when it comes to the time of remote learning, and how we are using it with different tools. With friendly assessments, we are using it, and we can mention the tool's name and if possible the links if you have it here. So this is 500 character, 2000 character max. Question number 3. Tell us about a series of lessons, a unit or a project you did with learners that incorporate. Yeah, we were there on this question number 3, and then question number 3 is tell us about a series of lesson, a unit or a project you did with learners that incorporate Microsoft technology for improved learning outcomes. What 21 CLD skills were included in the learning, and explain in detail how these skills were developed. Be sure to specifically call out the 21 CLD skill or skills that were addressed and what rubric score that hit. Use the OneNote in the outline course to help you with rubrics and skills. Hint 21. Open the 21 CLD course 1. Find the notebook at the bottom of the overview page under the resources. Read through the 6 skills, big idea to understand them and apply them to your responses. So we have to mention here what are the projects or what are the lesson plan we have done it till now. So I have jotted down few points which we can mention, just an example for few. Maybe we can for grade 2 and 6 we are doing that Wakelet cultural exchange project, so we can mention how that big project is being carried on in our school, and then we can be very specific how the 6 skills which they have mentioned, the 21 CLD skills of collaboration, self-regulation, skilled communication, and let me open that 21 CLD. It's taking time again. So we can mention and we can be very specific. Yeah, collaboration, skill communication, knowledge construction, self-regulation, real world problem, use of ICT for learning. So these are the 6 skills they have mentioned, and we can for grade 2 and 6 we can mention about the Wakelet cultural exchange project, how we are doing collaboration, and then students are doing skill communication when they're presenting during the special assembly, and then the ICT tools which they are using it. So these are the, and we can be very specific here. And other examples which I have noticed are example of International Biodiversity Day, which grade 7 and 12 celebrated. International Family Day, the collaboration part, the ICT tools which can be, we can be specific, and the research done by them, the knowledge construction part can be here. National Technology Day celebration by grade 5, 12 and 10 students. Mother's Day by KG and 1. Earth Day by grade 8. Lockdown Learner Series, we have done n number of activities, panel discussion, paper presentation, rap songs, poem, cybersecurity TikToks, and the SDG Global Week celebration. So we have n number of examples of different projects, activities. So we can look back and see how we can embed all those things accordingly as per the 21 CLD skills, that is communication, collaboration, skill communication, knowledge construction, self-regulation, real-world problem solving, and use of ICT. And we very well know it. We have done it for our MCE course when we were doing it, and we have an access to that OneNote, and even the link is also there in this presentation, which we can use it. But we have to be very specific about all those skills, and we have to link our project accordingly. So we have n number of projects, and we have to just match accordingly. Question is big, but the answer is not that big.
Excuse me, Charu, it is tell us about a series of lessons, a unit or a project. It
Yes,
could be any topic which you are teaching also. If
yes,
somebody is not involved in a project, it could be a series of lessons or a unit which they have taught. Or
yes,
of course, it could be a project. Project is always good, but it could be this also. And one thing which you have to make sure, are the leaders who are responsible for a group of teachers, have they done this 21 CLD? That's important. If
yes,
somebody is not there, you have to, the group people have to tell, because we are about 1/3 of us have done it.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. So the next question is question number 4. The question number 4, 5 is linked to question number 3. So in question number 3, when we are talking about the lesson, unit, project, so whatever we are talking about in question number 3, we have to give the link of that artifacts which we are specifically mentioning in question number 3. We have to just give the URL of those things. The URL can be in the form of a PPT, a sway, or a video, or any of the tools, but they need to be public. We have to be doubly sure and check accordingly that the artifacts which we are, the projects or a series or a lesson we are mentioning there, they need to be public, so that the person who is checking, they can have an access to it, and then they can see the what you have mentioned in question number 3 is as per the requirement. So I'll just read the question. Provide a link to an example of a learning artifact. An artifact is a tangible result of the student learning. How did they demonstrate what they learned? From a project, lesson, unit your learner completed using Microsoft tools. You will have to put the artifact somewhere where you can share with the URL. This could be a way of a portfolio. If you train teachers, maybe it is a lesson plan that they put together after one of your trainings. So it can be a lesson plan or a peer lesson. We are doing the collaborative learning or a co-teaching also, that lesson plan, or we have trained our teachers accordingly. That can also be added here, or the project or a lesson plan. Accordingly, we have to see uh, which we have mentioned in question number 3, according to the weightage and according to the viewability, according to the 21 CLD. What we are talking in question number 3, accordingly, the URL need to be pasted here in question number 4. Question number 3, 4, and 5 are interlinked. So question number 5, describe what the artifact, the result of a student learning, is to which you shared a link, how it demonstrated the desired learning objectives, and how Microsoft tools were a critical part of learning. So question number 1, we have mentioned what we did. Question number 2, we have pasted the URLs. And question number 5 is we have to talk about the learning objectives and how it were beneficial while using all those Microsoft tools. So we have to write down the characters, 500 characters or 2000 characters, the learning objectives after the activity by using all those Microsoft tools. So question 3, 4, and 5 are interlinked. Accordingly, we have to give the answer to these 3 questions. And last question is question number 6. Share 2 examples of how you have supported both your own learning and the learning and growth of your colleagues. So we have to give 2 examples. Describe the activities that you completed and led and how it resulted in better teaching and learning. So supported your learning. Um we can mention here the MCE, MOS, MTA. We have done it, so we can mention one example that way. And that the webinars, the workshops, the regular MI meets which we are attending it, we can mention here. We can be specific with some examples and the pictures if we have it, and we have to mention about the characters as well. So they are asking about 2 examples. So our own learning growth we can mention accordingly, MCE, MOS, and because most of us have done it, and some of us we can mention about the webinars and the workshops and the MI meets, and the learning growth of your colleagues. So we can mention how co-presenter duty we are doing it, and the presenter part we are doing it, and how we are discussing a lesson plan and sharing a lesson plan accordingly. We can be very specific here.
You know, in this case, you can even give examples of co-presenter. Need not be very difficult examples. It could be as simple as for this particular chapter, I was a co-presenter. I helped my presenter to do this in this particular manner. For example, that the Punjabi example, PDF. It could be as simple as those examples also. So nobody should get worried and worked up. The day-to-day examples could also be there. I taught my friend, she didn't know how to use. For example, Gusharan didn't know how to use the screen, so Rashmi taught her in the initial days. It's simple things could also work. It's not that we have to have very difficult things, because all of us have not done MI, MCE, MOS. Means there would still be about 30 odd teachers who have not done it. So please need not worry. From a day-to-day example, also from a day-to-day experience, also what I taught my friends. So I never knew how to use whiteboard, and then so and so taught me. I also became expert, and she also learned. So it could be as simple as that. As we were traveling this journey, this is about 6 months back when I learned. It could be as simple as that. So please think over it. I feel it is perfectly all right if we go like this.
Yes, ma'am, you're very correct here. So it can be simple example, and the MI meets we are attending it. We can mention that the webinars. It is not mentioned specifically that we have to mention about MI, Microsoft webinars and the tools. The workshops we are mentioning it. We and attending it. We can mention that as well. And even here we can mention the visitors visiting our classrooms as well.
Yes.
That we can also mention here.
Especially those people who have actually put up the lessons, they should be doing that.
Yes, ma'am. So next and the final step is the link is again here. We can click onto this link and then visit the page, the very first page which we showed you. We land on there, and when we click onto this page, these all options come to us. We can log in through our Facebook ID, Microsoft account, work or school account, and if you are Microsoft employee. So these are 4 options given to us when we click onto that link, but we are requested to click on point number 3, that is work or school account, and that is only that is recommended for us being a Microsoft Showcase school. And then if we click onto the Facebook, that will not that way take your Office 365 ID. So it is recommended that you go for point number 3, that is work or school account, which we are using it. And then this is again, the code is here. You're requested to kindly redeem this code, and that's all.
In case we have not done earlier.
Yes.
Okay.
Code.
Yeah, thank you, Charu, very much. And now it is a responsibility of the group leader who's responsible for helping the colleagues to become MI expert. Charu, I would like to have a meeting of the group leaders. All right, maybe Monday or something like that. A short minute, so meeting, so that we can finalize. We can have set examples of results, and everything should be done. It should be done, sharing screen and getting it filled. अपने आप भर दिया उसने, गलत भर दिया उसने, वो शोके स्कूल वाला भर दिया, उसको MI एक्सपर्ट भरना, ये सब नहीं चलने वाला आपकी बात. It is very technical. We need to do lots of hand holding. Tabhi whole school MI expert banega. And we have decided we have to help each other, and we have to smile, and we have to be happy, and we have to come out alive of this pandemic. ये तीन एक तो बातें हैं जो हमने ध्यान रखनी, और ये सेकंड वाला हेल्प में आता है. So we need to help. Okay, that's all for the day from my side. If anybody wants to share something, fine, go ahead. Otherwise, we call
One
it.
more thing, ma'am. This
Yes,
time
Sudha.
we need not to prepare any sway. Nothing is to be prepared. This time it is the form only wherein directly we need to enter all those information which is shared with you. So the moment you click onto that form, the link which is given to you, it asks about the login. The three login option, the login option is given there, and then it asks about the information which is shared in the beginning. So once we click finish that information, then it gives an option that what options you want to go for. You want to click for an MI option or a incubator. So we are expected to click for the MI option. I'll add on the slide here as well for further reference. Then we can go with those things, and there is no option of putting any sway the way we were doing it earlier. So this is just an add-on. Thank you.
So that's very good. And with this, we come to the end of the meeting. If anybody wants to say anything, fine. Otherwise, we'll have a meeting of all the leaders who are supposed to take care of their group of teachers. That's all for the day. God bless you. Thank you very much. And let's all be MI experts. 2-3 बच्चे हैं, teachers हैं who are new. We have one new means now to 3 months. We have to make sure that we take care of the teacher here and our music teacher on the other side in the junior campus. Harpreet ma'am, please take care of her. And Shalda, please take care of your team member. Rest though, it's all right.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, it will be done.
Okay. Thank you and bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.